That's a perfect segue. Speaking of movies, we were just talking about the Mandalorian one. Let's talk about the Call of Duty movie. In regards to the Call of Duty movie, some of you might feel, and some of you might feel. Call of Duty movie arrives on June 30th, 2028. A Call of Duty movie is still happening, but don't hold your breath for it. Hit screens anytime soon. Today, the popular FPS social media revealed that the movie's theatrical release will be June 30th, 2028. A film adaptation of the game franchise was first revealed last year, and shortly after, we learned that Taylor Sheridan and Peter Berg will be serving as the producers. The duo, whose past credits include Friday Night Lights and Yellowstone, will also be co-writing the project under Berg's direction. We still haven't heard anything about the cast or even the era of the long-running series will be depicted. This would be some propaganda for your ass. Yeah, this would be some Pete Hegseth propaganda, bro. Join the military ass movie. So it seems like it's a safe bet that there's still a ways to go before this wraps. But Call of Duty is nothing if not a moneymaker. So reimagining it as a summer blockbuster seems pretty expected. If they're not gonna base it off like the first two Black Ops games or like the first two Modern Warfare games, because I feel like when we talk about Call of Duty and like peak stories, that's usually what we're talking about. If you're not basing it off of that or some type of spin, we don't care. Like the Numbers Mason type shit could work as a movie, but like they gotta draw inspiration from that era. If they're drawing it from like the modern Call of Duties, it's just gonna be a what's the name? A Michael Bay movie, just mad explosions with no story and shit like that. And like I would hope that they understand with a movie, it needs to have a. I think you can get away with a Mario movie not having the best story. Like Call of Duty has to have a decent story. It's gonna have to have a decent story. I'm not expecting Saving Private Ryan, but it's gotta be something, man. They not slick. They're trying to get them recruitment numbers up. Hey, it's all propaganda, baby. The Mr. Hegseth, the head of the War Council, baby. Transformers Michael Bay level military propaganda. Yeah, I just don't know if the Call of Duty brand right now lends itself strong enough to being in a movie. We'll wait and reserve judgment until a trailer drops, but that's a long time away. We probably won't get a trailer until mid next year. So I don't know. It is coming, 2028. I need Ramirez to save Burger Mart. Shout out to the super chat from Nightmare. Yeah, we gotta save Burger Mart, man. They not starting in Vietnam. I'd be surprised if they do though. It'll be interesting. Also, it would be interesting too. Before we move on, I'm curious to where Call of Duty would stand in the zeitgeist in terms of pop culture by the time the movie comes out. Because right now, Call of Duty's kind of in a shaky place. People were not fucking with the last two games like that, man. People liked Black Ops 6, but like I think it's universally agreed the maps were ass. So I would say people thought Black Ops 6 had potential, but it didn't live up to it. Black Ops 7, people weren't really fucking with it like that. So like the last two games, it's been kind of shaky. Who's to say in 2028? That's 2 games later. Who's to say that they're not 0-4 in 2028? I feel like if they're 0-4, people won't care. The COD movie is just going to be about COD gamers raging. I'll tell you this much. If you want people to take the Call of Duty movie seriously, it needs to take itself seriously. That's not to say it can't have some funny moments, but it needs to take itself seriously. I'm gonna go ahead and say it here right now. I don't want to see no streamers in the Call of Duty movie. I don't want to see no streamers. I don't want to see no YouTubers. I don't want to see the trailer and midway through the trailer, fucking Tim the Tatman's big ass bald head appears. I don't want to see Ninja fucking going down a scalpel and shit. Like I don't want to see that, bro. Yeah, I don't want to see The Rock. Like, I'm good off that shit, bro. I'm good off that shit. Yeah, Nick Merckx, Dr. Disrespect. That nigga's a pedophile. He won't be in no damn movie. Well, actually, it's Hollywood. Never mind. He might. Yo, shout out to Duke with the super chat. Nickelodeon ass nigga. Oh shit. Hey, that shit can go either way. You know how Hollywood is. You know how that shit go, man. But yeah, that's the Call of Duty movie. Speaking of movies, we're gonna keep it in around. Who that dog with a big old butt? Ooh, 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 ooh. Speaking of movies, the trailer for Street Fighter dropped. I did watch this already, but I'm gonna play it for y'all. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how I feel about this. I looked at the sentiment on Twitter and I couldn't tell if there were bots or not, because it seems like more people are excited about this, and I didn't want to be a party pooper. Maybe if I watch it a second time, my opinion will change. But like, let me see, man. Let me see.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I got good news, y'all. Gathered here are the world's best fighters.
I won't deny it, I'm a street fighter.
So like, this was the 18 seconds in. This is the first part where I rolled my eyes. Why? I feel like a lot of people didn't catch this. Did they just AI Tupac's voice? As a Tupac fan, did they just AI his voice to make him say, I'm a street fighter? Because we all know it's I'm a rider. It ain't no I'm a street fighter. Like, I was like, you kind of lost me already.
But only one of which will be crowned the world champion of Street Fighter! You win! Perfect.
You're not a warrior anymore, you're a sideshow.
What's up, MTV? I'm Ken Masters.
Instantly put me off.
This is your shot at redemption.
It's cool that there's references to the games with like him punching the car though.
Who are you gonna show?
The path I'm on now is not one of combat.
Maybe it's Ken's turn to be champion.
How did you find me?
I'm paid to find champions,
Big Zangief.
even if they're lost.
Good to see you, old friend.
They just kind of all over the place. They just starting off with Ken being a drunk.
Still reckless.
I said, hey, what's going on?
Sit down. This tournament is not what it seems. We have to be ready.
He looks good as Dawson.
Everyone keeps going on about your thighs.
This is another part. I know I'm being petty, but like, this is another part that kind of like disappointed me, man. Like, I don't know, man. Feels like, you know. So I'm gonna say it. Like, I just don't feel like as a Street Fighter fan, she's really feeling the costume, you know? Just not really caked out too much there.
I don't see what the big deal is.
What's going on?
Bitch, please!
Uma?
That was some abracadabra shit.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get a LTG reference. This nigga LTG gonna get mad anytime 50 appear on this fucking Rog.
Some abracadabra shit.
What's going on?
Got Blanca.
I'm positive that a fireball came out of Ryu.
Do it, Ryu! Perfect.
All right, so here's my thoughts. I think the cinematography, like the visuals, it does look good. I feel conflicted about this trailer though. And it's been this way since the first one dropped. As a big Street Fighter fan who's been playing since the second game, and I played every goddamn Street Fighter. I understand that they're going for a more cheesy approach, and that's okay. I'm not opposed to them taking the cheesy approach. I guess my issue is I didn't smile or laugh once. And this is my second time watching the trailer. I didn't smile. Like it doesn't feel like a good cheesy. It just feels like, ironically, it's just fucking cheesy. Does that make sense? It's not the good kind of B campy movie cheesy. It's just dead ass cheesy. Like, yeah, it's like borderline corny. Yeah. Maybe you guys leaned a little too much into the fucking jokes, to the point where it's like, the Mortal Kombat movie's looking a little bit better. I don't know if I would want to see this in theaters. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, it feels forced. I don't know if I would want to see this in theaters. This might be a wait till it comes to stream for me.
Man, I'm gonna play this off stream, man. We're gonna finish this mission up off stream.
I think Ken is too goofy. Yeah, I think one of the issues is like every character in Street Fighter is not a goofy character, and it feels like every character is trying to be Ken almost. So to me, it doesn't really make sense. Like Ryu is a very fucking serious character. That's his whole thing. Like he's like super disciplined, traveling the world, trying to fight the best people. Yeah, Ken makes sense. He's the fucking drunk, the rich kid that doesn't know any better and just trying to find himself. Zangief's always been kind of like a silly character. That makes sense. But like Chun-Li, she's always been serious. She's a fucking cop. Which, by the way. So it's like, I would have liked to have seen maybe a little bit more balance. Yeah, Cammy's pretty serious too, because isn't she like a fucking spy or some shit? Super agent? Why is Guile trying to be funny? Guile makes sense. Guile is a cheesy character. Guile is a caricature of like the American GI. That makes sense. But even still, like they somehow made it even cornier. Like I don't know, bro. Like I don't fucking know, dude. Oh shit. Like somehow they made him even more cheesy. Like he's not that goddamn cheesy. Like goddamn. It's the MCUification of media. Yeah, it could be. It feels like they're trying to appeal to the MCU fans. Which, by the way, they're saying that Doomsday trailer was fucking fire. Cammy on that Harley Quinn bullshit. Like it looked like Cammy on fucking Ozempic, bro. We need to get her on the oats and some squats, bro. I don't know. I keep an open mind, but right now I'm not really too into it. I'm not too into it, man. It is what it is. Bow, bow, bow. I think he should be cheesy, but not super jokey. It makes sense. Just leaned a little too much into the caricature stuff. The OG was bad. It was good. It seemed a lot more charming. One thing about the OG one from the 90s is they just didn't know any better. They were trying to make a good movie, but it didn't come out good. This, like, you would think they'd know better. There's been plenty of video game content at this point. They got the CGI to fill in some things, if you know what I mean. Oh, true. I don't think they're gonna do that though, because they put the trailer out. Discussion films leaked who's in the Doomsday trailer. Yeah, I saw some stuff about it on Twitter. It's not a leak. So apparently, this is how you know Marvel's feeling confident about that Doomsday movie. Apparently, they let everybody take pictures and just tweet about it. So like, it's not a leak. The reason you're seeing people talking about the trailer, I guess you're just not allowed to post the trailer. They're allowing people to share their impressions of the trailer. That's why you're seeing stuff. Speaking of superhero content, the Invincible Versus open beta recap. Damn, stressed me out. I think discussing film posted something about it. Let me see if I can find it. There was like I could have swore I saw it. I should have fucking saved it. Oh yeah, there it is. I think I did. The first trailer for Avengers Doomsday was just shown at CinemaCon. Thor's fighting Doctor Doom and reuniting with Steve Rogers. Professor X is watching an incursion. Mystique turning into Yelena. Shang-Chi and Gambit have a fight sequence. They going all in on the fan service. See the first trailer's footage description. Then they have like a full description here for anybody. What the fuck? Where's it at? Shang-Chi is back, finally. Fucking finally. Oh, this is every announcement. So where's the... Oh, Toy Story 5. I don't care about that. Moana, The Dog Stars, Wild Horse 9, Hex, Avengers Doomsday. Okay, here we go. To cap off the Walt Disney Studio panel at Comic-Con 2026, attendees were Given an exclusive trailer of Avengers Doomsday, which is packed full of new information. The trailer opens with Xavier watching an energy rift from inside the X Mansion, which is in shambles. The famous Xavier School for Gifted Youngsters sign lying in rubble. Then we see Robert Downey Jr. unmask as Victor Von Doom, talking in his Latvian accent, teasing that something is coming that cannot be stopped. After the studio logo, the newly completed Avengers Tower is shown. What the fuck is popping up in my face? Is shown with a fresh red and white logo on the building. The Fantastic Four meet with Sam Wilson's division of the Avengers. Some alliances are formed, as we've shown the Thing trying to join forces with the Wakandans. Shuri and M'Baku are seen trying to make peace with Namor and the Atlanteans. Tensions rise as some of the fight scenes between our heroes are shown. Channing Tatum as Gambit battles Shang-Chi. So he is coming back. Oh, I'm gonna make a name for myself with his purple-powered staff being able to hold off the 10 rings. A huge money shot comes with Yelena coming face-to-face with Mystique from the original Fox movies, sporting a new haircut and a white comic-accurate costume. So we see morph into Florence pub before the fight. In a major beat of the trailer, Thor tries to strike down Doom with Stormbreaker, using all of his power to summon lightning, but Doom can easily stop it with just the palm of his hand. Throughout the trailer, Thor is begging other characters to put their quarrels aside because he explains that he's had friends and allies die at the hands of enemies who are less powerful than Doom. He is very clearly afraid and claims that they need America. That's the way he said it. I don't know if I liked it. I gotta be a little woke right now. Like that sounds like propaganda. You mean Cap? Do we need Cap or do we need? He specifically said we need America. That feels a little propaganda-y. Like Thor then looks to a character off screen and says, "It can't be." He holds on to Mjolnir, which then flies into Steve Rogers' hands before the titles card concludes the trailer. Yes, obviously he meant Cap, but it's the way he worded that. That was a little propaganda, right? Just say fucking Cap or say Steve. You could even said Captain America. This nigga said we need America. Okay. All right, you got to read between. It is that deep, chat. We got to read between the lines. America Chavez. Oh, maybe he meant that with her jumping. We haven't seen her though since fucking. Could he be talking about? He could. Maybe that's what it is. But no, because Steve comes at the end of the trailer. He's talking about Captain America. It can't be America Chavez. We haven't seen her since fucking the Doctor Strange movie. I think that's a little more propaganda. Maybe I could be wrong, man. Maybe I could be wrong. That shit's funny though. That shit's funny. But yeah, that's your recap of it. It sounds cool. Hey, Disney, put the trailer out, bro. I want to see that shit. I want to comb through it. I want to watch 20-minute breakdowns, 40-minute breakdowns. American Chavez, I'm dead. Yeah, I was like, I haven't heard her name in like 5 years. What the fuck? But back to the Invincible beta, since we talking superhero shit. You're a superhero, super collie. Hey gang, it's Mike Willett, Invincible Versus executive producer, here with a recap on the open beta and what's next for the quarter up team as we boost dash into launch day. The team is incredibly grateful to everyone who played this weekend to stress test our systems and drop feedback and bugs on Discord, Reddit, etc. Big thanks to the one person who played 368 matches. I hope you had made time to pee. Damn, they called you a loser, nigga. The quarter up crew is showing up every day until launch to make sure the day one patch addresses as many of the bugs and feedback you reported. And if we can't get them in our time for our launch, we'll build a path to get them as quickly as possible. I'd like to hear that. Imagine being the guy who played almost 400 matches and you read this shit. I would have been reading. I'd be like, what you say fuck me for? Like, get ready for our arrival. You're all fucking amazing. The training mode lab monsters, the leaderboard chasers, and all of you who are either trying a fighting game for the first time, and it was a lot of you, right, baby ass niggas, or jumping over from your comfort game. All 2 million plus matches helped us test scale and harden our systems, including our rollback net code, console crossplay, and regional matchmaking. We also learned you understand that lore and you understand the lore and really like losing as Invincible. Wait, really? Is that the person the most popular? I told you I wasn't crazy. All right, so they had 2 million matches. The most was 368, the most popular trio. Hey, who was watching my streams? I said Scrubs love Mark, Omni-Man, and Alan. Y'all proved it. And he's the most popular character. Button mashing ass Scrubs love the fucking Viltrumites. And if I could do a top 5, Bulletproof would be up there too. Y'all love them scrub ass characters, bruh. This was the most popular level. And then times Invincible. And that's funny too. Well, I guess it makes sense. If more people played him, he also lost more too. Hey Mike, what else can I do when I get this game? Hot damn, you're in luck. You're in luck. You can expect 18 characters to launch with more DLC throughout the year. In addition to experiencing our story mode, so there is, we like that. For some hidden unlocks, you can take your dream team through arcade mode, deep dive into the game mechanics and tutorial, and refine your playstyle in our practice mode. Unlock cool shit in player and character progression systems. Play with your friends in local versus and lobbies and battle it out in the love for casual and ranked matchmaking. Yo, it breaks my heart that I have to say this, but I love to hear when a fighting game launches with lobbies. I'm looking at you, Mortal Kombat. You suck. Mortal Kombat, you fucking suck. Hey, TBH, do you stream on the weekends? I'm trying to catch your streams more often. Usually I don't. I might stream Saturday. I might play some practice. I'm free this weekend. I might stream Saturday. Don't quote me on that because I also want to get some shit done. Probably not, actually. There's some stuff I want to get done behind the scenes, and I never have any free time to myself, so don't quote me on that. It's usually Monday to Friday. Notable change areas. All major changes since beta will be in the patch notes before launch, but for now we can confirm that the tuning is focused on these areas. Making big moves that whiff or are blocked more punishable. Come on. Oh, you niggas that was rage quitting, you're gonna be rage quitting even more because this was one of the scrubbiest fighters I ever seen. A lot of shit that should have been punished, I could not punish. Thank God. Get these button mashers the fuck out of here. Reducing the number of solo to touch of death routes, resolving the dash macro input issues, and then general gameplay balance, even for characters not playable in the open beta. How you balance some shit like Cecil was in the tutorial? How you balance him if nobody got to play him? To make the above happen, we're looking to adjust boost meter costs for Heroic Strike, nixing tags after character death. Damage, I do feel like people were able to spam the meter a little bit too much with the armor moves. Damage scaling in various situations as well as dash and throw interactions. There's also balance changes for the majority of our roster based on the beta observations. Go ahead and slow this nigga down. I guarantee you most people won't play him anymore. Go ahead and slow him down. I need Thrag in the game. I think Thrag is gonna come, but like they're not launching with Thrag because Thrag was just introduced to the show, so they'll probably launch him later in the year. They probably want, because it's no coincidence that the game is launching the game is launching literally 2 weeks after Thrag first appears in the show. I don't think that's a coincidence. They wanted to time it with the show, basically. So I think he's going to come later in the year, so when people are more familiar with the character, for the people who don't read, which is a lot of you. Ranked feedback and rage quits. I'm going to break down what caused the storm of rage quits. Most of these are on us, and you'll see later how we are better discouraging and penalizing this in the future. Hey, before we read any further, W Devs for taking accountability. You see how easy that is? You see how easy that is? Activision, all you got to do is get on camera and say, our games suck. We should have never dropped the trailer talking about the cat cafe. Oh, shit. Don't fuck about no damn cat cafe, nigga. Talk about the fucking game. God damn. Like people, you know the funny thing about accountability? Not everybody. There are dickheads in this world, but I feel like most people are good people. And if you take genuine accountability and you're sorry, most people will give you another chance. That's the funny thing about people who lack it. But anyways, humble yourself. Ranked data bottleneck. On day one of the beta, the back end of player ranked data tracking was not uploading fast enough and players were not matchmaking according to their approximate skill level. This delay caused players to not get properly placed in their appropriate rank, and this meant higher skilled players were matching with lower skilled players too often. So even if everyone decided to stick around for their loss, this was not the intended matchmaking experience. Okay, so they acknowledged it was a little bit lopsided. Delayed LP loss. As listed in our known issues post, there was a delay in how soon you would be able to see earned or lost league points reflected in your profile. Even though this would update in about 5 to 10 minutes, it appeared as if there was no LP penalty for leaving a match early, which might have further encouraged people to disconnect because they assumed it negated the match. Yeah, it did take like 5 to 10 minutes before like you would get your point, so I can see that, but ultimately it did fix itself. Lack of disconnect penalty. For those not deterred by the LP loss, there was no clear way to keep them from re-queuing and then rinse and repeat. And then not enough modes for casual play. This open beta was an opportunity to stress test ranked, one of the most important systems to get right. Agreed. And although the beta was a meaningful stress test for us, it left very little to do for those that wanted to demo at their own pace or were new to fighting games. Yeah. They should have probably did the beta with ranked and casual online, because the point of the beta was to stress test the servers. You could have did that with ranked or casual, so they probably should have offered both. If that was ultimately your goal, just to test the internet. But and it also would have probably negated some of all that rage quitting, but it is what it is. So they are getting a loss. They're getting a loss for quitting. What are we doing to deal with this? First, we fixed the back-end delay for ranked player data and are better prepared for any bottleneck we might encounter at launch. Disconnecting during a ranked match will still cost you the LP in the match, and we're looking at ways to keep frequent leavers out of the ranked queue. Quarter Up is currently implementing a cooldown penalty and targeting the first major post-launch patch. I don't have an exact date to give you, but it's at the top of our post-launch priority list. Translation: if you keep rage quitting, your ass is going in timeout. WDevs. If you're reading this and we're guilty of a rage quit or two during the beta, we get it. Ranked was the system we most needed to stress test, but we also know that meant that players who wanted to explore at their own pace or who were new to fighting games entirely did not have a good way to do that. Yeah. Invincible Versus is for everyone. We hope the availability. The only counterpoint I would give to this is, like, even if it is your first fighting game, it's still not much of an excuse. The biggest issue is a lot of y'all didn't go to the tutorial, because the way ranked works is you're usually paired against somebody of a similar skill level. So, like, if you're at the lowest rank and constantly getting your ass beat, that's not the game's fault. I got to give a little bit of pushback on that. I did the tutorial on stream. Some of y'all made fun of me, but, like, I wanted to learn the mechanics. It took about 30 minutes to do the tutorial. I hopped online and started whooping ass off rip. You can tell people didn't do that shit, bro. That's the funny part. Motherfuckers is on social media complaining, how do I fucking... There's like 4 different defensive mechanics and you couldn't figure out how to use one. But anyways, Invincible Versus for everyone. We hope the availability of all single-player and multiplayer modes on launch will help you develop your skills and progress towards competing against players at your level in ranked play. The next time you get caught in a match-ending move, you'll feel confident enough to run the set or go back to the lab and come back better. See? Stop fucking bitching, bruh. Stop bitching. Yeah, motherfuckers hopped online and just started mashing buttons. Again, we're dropping a full set of patch notes before launch. Here are some of the major issues that we fixed. Fixed ghost players and matchmaking. Fixed majority of issues that cause game crashes. No more Omni-Man alt bug. I don't even know what that is. Improved HUD clarity for Wi-Fi and wired players. Hey, we need to be able to not match up against Wi-Fi people. Team focus for launch. Thanks one more time to everyone that played Invincible Versus during the beta. We're excited to be by all the hype that there was from just one weekend of play. That wasn't even the full roster. With more time to lab, more players, our balance updates, and 8 additional characters coming in April 30th, we know the mix-ups are going to be unreal. Quarter Up is hammering away at more content for Invincible Versus, making sure Universal and the Immortal are a must for your team. Yeah, because a lot of people are making fun of the Immortal. The character I'm most interested in is Lucid, or whatever the fuck his name is. The one that looks like Steve Harvey. I want to play a grappler. I'm gonna be picking up the game. WDevs too. W transparency. I think my biggest takeaway from this article and this update is I'm happy to hear that this was an actual beta. I'm happy to hear that this wasn't just a demo to try to sell the game, but they're actually actively taking the feedback. They're trying to fix everything. And not only are they trying to fix everything, they're being transparent and they're saying, hey, you know, we're pretty close to launch. We're about 15 days from launch. Day one, we're going to try to fix this, but not everything is going to be fixed day one. They let you know right here in this article, so don't bitch and complain because everything's not going to be there. But they said they have certain things at the top of the priority and they're going to try to get it fixed as fast as possible. Which says to me is maybe you should have did a beta maybe a month ago so you had more time. But hey, it's good to hear this is a real beta and not a demo. Keep giving them feedback if you want the game to improve. Yeah, W transparency. I'll be picking the game up. It's $50. I know I was raging the entire time playing the beta. It was probably hard to tell, but I think the dead giveaway should have been that I liked the game. Even though I was raging, I never got off the game, bro. I feel like when I play fighting games, I'm like, and this is no shade, but I feel like when I play fighting games, I'm like the opposite of LTG, where like I am screaming and raging at the game the entire time, but like you'll never see me dashboard. I am having fun. Because the funny part is I'm raging, but I was winning most of my fucking matches, bro. It's just like, bro, some of the shit in this game, I had to respect. I don't respect none of you niggas, bro. If you beat my ass, I'll say that shit. Be like, yo, that nigga was nice, bro. But some of this bullshit in this game, and this is the main thing I'm talking about right here, making big moves that whiff are more can be more punishable. Some of the punish windows were way too tight, which allowed people to mash with Mark and Omni, man. Yeah, we need to get voice chat in this shit. You just got some frustration needed out. Yeah, this game definitely, for people who was bitching and moaning it was too hard online, this game caters to scrubs, man. Anyways, I'll be picking it up. I'm excited for it. I look forward to it. Other news, we got a Second Stone Galaxy Spring 2026 trailer. I don't know what this is. I just saved it. I saw it on the timeline for something to talk about. I don't know. Is this a new... Oh, I think this is a platforming action game. That's why I asked, was there some event today? I had mad trailers. This looks okay. Yep, I'll be picking up Invincible. Off the strength of like they're listening to the community. I gotta support. Looks unique. Looks like a mix of like Jack and Dexter, Zelda, but like fast-paced action, the camera angles. You have to earn your fun. Ironically, in fighting games, you do have to earn your fun because you have to learn the buttons. Yeah, a little Devil May Cry type shit. There's a demo, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna eat it. Got boss fights. I like the use of color. Black women. Coming to Steam, GOG Epic, so it's a PC exclusive. Hopefully they put out a demo. Hey, devs, put out a demo. This looks interesting. I like to see stuff like this. We showing love to the indies. There's put out a demo, devs. Oh, The Return of a Legend. The Neo Geo AES Plus launches November 12th, 2026, now featuring HDMI output, high score saving, and more, all while preserving the essence of the original. Launching alongside 10 classic Neo Geo AES cartridges. Pre-order now. Who wants to play the Neo Geo? You want to play Neo Geo? Where my fighting game fans at? Old heads rejoice! The Neo Geo back! Hockey stay needing attention. Attention whore. You wanna play Metal Slug? You know Metal Slug? You my friend? Are you my friend? I ain't gonna lie, chat. I'm not buying this shit. I mean, if you're an old head and like want to play old games and shit, you could use an emulator. But if you want the more authentic experience, I guess this remake. Question is, how much this costs? Let me see. Yes, I'm in the USA, bitch. Nigga, what? $250 to play games from the 90s, and then they have a $350 edition. Chat.
Man, I'm gonna play this off stream, man.
You know the funny thing about this too?
Up off stream.
The funny thing about this, them re-releasing the Neo Geo. So for those that don't know, if you're young in the chat, the Neo Geo was a popular platform. I think they had consoles and some handhelds in the 90s and the early 2000s. It was popular amongst like hardcore fighting game fans because during that era, it had the best graphics and sound on console, and then they had some of the best hardcore fighters on there, but it was a very niche audience that played these things. Like I remember the Neo Geo Pocket was probably like one of the more popular things. The reason the Neo Geo failed is it was just too expensive. Yes, the graphics and sound was better than the Nintendo and the Genesis and all that other shit, but in terms of price to performance, a lot of people just didn't see a reason to buy this shit, especially because it had a limited amount of games. So where am I going with this? The point I'm trying to make is it's very interesting. Like 30 years ago, this shit, yes, exactly. Killer Mike Jack gets it. 30 years ago, this shit failed because it was too expensive. And here we are 30 years later, and they still haven't learned the lesson, bruh. You guys are not that popular. Nobody's paying $350 to play 10 games. They just don't get it, man. Shit's fucking funny, dude. Oh my goodness. What did you link this discussion? What did you? Award-winning songwriter Lana Del Rey and composer David Arnold come together for the title song of First Light. Watch. Is this gonna give me a copyright strike, nigga?
We'll try and stop you.
Just sexy. I'm not playing any more of that though. I'm not trying to get a copyright strike. Here, I'm gonna drop it in the chat. Yeah, when will you learn this lesson? Oh man. That's just fucking funny. Too rich for my blood. And then last but not least, I saw this on my For You page. It looked like the old Resident Evil game, so I figured some of you might like this. Who want to play a PS1 inspired game called Ground Zero?
Evan?
There's something on the road.
That's the game I'm waiting on. They got the Resident Evil camera angles down. Let's go. 1996 is back with Ground Zero. It's out now. Steam, PS5, Xbox Series. If you clamoring for a more old school experience, that old school jank, there you go. Check out Ground Zero. Don't act like I ain't showing no indies no love, bro.